Who comes first in your house?
My wife.
The daughter, the mother, the wife, then the sister? Who's freaking sister?
Who wrote that?
I'm just saying, like hypothetically, if you got a sister, like what is the order of things? We can
The
put-
sister definitely
can
has
put-
no
we can
order,
put-
but there's
it
nothing
does.
because
We can put
in
brothers,
in your new home, like the home you share with your girl and your kid, who comes first? You can't say that because she not even
She
there.
don't come first. It's what order? Who? She don't come first. The sister don't come first. Clearly,
Hell no, but she's
It's the
there if
who is
she
it?
needs you.
the wife, the kids, the mother.
That's what I got. Daughter,
the sister.
mother, the wife, then the sister.
Say it again.
The point of it is,
The
like,
mother,
who comes
you got the
first
mother
in the
going
man. As far as the man goes,
Yeah.
As far as the man goes,
Who
we
came up
need
with this
y'all
topic?
in.
Out.
who came up with this topic?
I seen it on online. They were talking about it online.
L-A-Y.
And that's
So-
the one who should have been able to explain it, Ray. You over there like the uncle.
Explain it
wife,
then, Uncle.
nephew,
Look like a
Who
what am
comes
I?
first? You get
Like a
married.
drawing of Jesus.
Scenario. Scenario.
I'm gonna go last on this scenario.
You
I'm
get
gonna go
married to your girl.
Boo.
Y'all move in together.
This.
Who comes first after you get married? No matter who comes first if you're not married. Well, okay, so I don't want to say that.
I can say, I'm just saying
Who
that
comes
because I
first
ain't
when you
married.
married?
Let me break it down from my perspective.
You almost married, so go.
Okay. So ideally,
Are you married or almost married?
you talking about you? Yeah.
I ain't almost married.
So
I'm a single
I
black.
I'm not paying to break up with nobody.
I'm out of here. I
that's what you
quit.
say.
I quit.
Either way it goes. So let me
Just show up at the barbecue.
address it.
Got salmon burgers.
So
Yeah,
Ideally-
wait, my girl got mad at me. at the family dinner,
Who minded?
my girl. So I get up, introduce my family, my little family to everybody.
Yeah.
These my kids, and this is my kids' mother.
Yeah.
Pissed.
She
She
said,
was
this
pissed.
is
Did she
Oh,
know
my
then,
man.
or wait till you got the car?
No.
Shit, she looked like. Then when we left, she was like, "I was so embarrassed. You embarrassed me."
Put pressure on me. They put pressure on everybody on that
How should
motherfucker.
you have introduced her as your girl or introduce her first? Like, what was the beat?
That's what it was.
I introduced my kids. These are my kids.
It was pressure all over
Yeah,
that
my baby
motherfucker.
mama. That is my
Kids'
baby
mother.
Yeah,
It was
she
pressure,
wanted to say this
yeah.
my family,
So,
this my
it's
girl.
That's
It was
what I-
pressure
I ain't
all
gonna
over that
stunt.
bitch.
I ain't gonna stunt. I'm not gonna stunt. I should
Dom married, Mac married. I'm up there. They get me up there. I'm like, I did a set. I did
this is
a
my wife or nothing. I should have said this is my
fiance.
fiance. It's my woman.
Listen, I got up there and did a set, nigga. I tried out my material for my comedy show, like, cause that shit was so far fetched. I didn't know what the fuck to say. Like, well, that's
If a chick been around you, man,
that's my girl. That's my girl and my baby. I don't know if my baby mama or
I ain't respected. I ain't respected.
So any case, this what I got to say about it, from a marriage perspective. You know what I'm saying, and just based on my life. You know what I'm saying, like. I don't come from a close-knit family like y'all got a close-knit family. You know what I'm saying?
You are from a close-knit family because we are your close-knit family.
Y'all
Our
took
shit
me
ain't
on
that
Yeah,
close-knit no
Saudi
more
ass
except
shit.
for...
But
Alright.
even sobby ass shit. We
Yeah,
talk about
Stop
me.
it, Paul Carter. You a part of this shit too.
It was one of those movie moments and stuff. Like, I lost everyone. Like, I Ice Cube in that one movie. Man, you still got one brother left right there. Really, he still got one. We know what you're talking about right there. No, he didn't have to say that right there.
Any
He
case,
just
listen, what I'm saying is, I'm simply
your
saying
immediate
that,
family ain't as tight as you would like it to be.
Thanks, nigga.
you want to put extra words, you explain it however you see fit. But what I'm saying is, based on my experience, or ideally, once you get to a certain point where you're going to enter into a relationship with someone else and have kids with them, first the relationship between you and this woman, then the relationship between you and your kids, and then everything else should follow follow that. You know what I'm saying? Like just our home depends on our relationship, me and this woman's relationship.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Our kids will follow our lead based on our relationship.
True.
So they gotta definitely be the third. Now you
True.
talk about mom, you know what I'm saying? Of course we love mom and you know what I'm saying, but she did everything she was supposed to do to get us out the house, to be in the position we in right here. So mom is after the kids, and then after that, everybody else trickle down. You know what I'm saying? That includes dad. I think mom, because of my situation, would come before dad.
Dads are in another lane by themselves.
Listen, I'm just saying like the order in the topic that we got right here. I'm
Dad.
gonna say my wife, I'm gonna say my kids, I'm gonna say my mom, and then I'm gonna say everybody else after that.
I could take that. That's a good lineup.
I third that.
That's the idea.
It's a good lineup, you know.
But you know, like a
But
lot of,
moms, you know, normally
Listen.
moms don't want to let go.
That's
So
what
when
y'all
you
on
get
the
that's
same
what I
page?
was gonna say.
Y'all on the same page?
I used to be different.
A lot
Used to be
of
different.
a lot of moms won't release their kids.
Oh
especially
no,
if they
no,
got
we're
them
not.
in their life.
But I ain't gonna speak on some shit because I'm not married, so I can't speak on it. Because
But
when you
that's-
do take that union of marriage, that's another level.
But that it could go either way.
Yeah,
Marriage
it
is not-
could, but you know what I mean. Like
Woman.
when you came up with
Yeah,
it, because
woman.
like me being an early dad,
15, but it was 14, right?
no,
It was.
no, Paul Clark, it wasn't here nor there.
I'll do the math. Calculator.
But I'm saying being an early dad, you know, I grew up because, you know, I was young, but not thinking in that same way because in reality it's supposed to be, you know, I do think that now because I didn't have the mentality at the time to think about it, but man, woman, and child. And we spoke about that the other day. There's 360 degrees. You can't. It's inevitable.
The answer to this question,
Hold on. But what I'm saying is I never looked at it growing up with my daughter or my first two daughters like I look at it today with my youngest daughter. It was it's two totally different. Well, I'm gonna say it's two totally different situations. The way I deal with the shit, how I would deal with it. The way I deal with it now is more on the lines of what Giddy talking about, with Playboy second, but. The way it was with my first, you know, when I had my first two daughters, I would totally disagree.
You wasn't in a relationship, was you?
I wasn't in a relationship.
So you can't
And
even
you
So
count.
that's what I'm saying. I would totally
Under the,
disagree
the
because
parents'
it wasn't that. Like,
Yeah.
fuck you bitches and give me my kids. I'm gonna raise my kids. Fuck whatever. But now it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot different because it's 360 degrees. You know what I'm saying? Like I never seen that shit before. You know, at them times. You know, it was attempted. It was an attempt. But that
So
shit.
you probably wouldn't get it until you reach
Yeah.
a certain age.
Because, you know, we out in the jungle in the early age, you know, you going through animal shit. But, you know, as an adult, Simba didn't know until later.
was that it?
I
Go,
don't know.
go.
Because all three of y'all share the same. First of all, I don't like the word idealistically. You know what I'm saying? That's almost like
Who
saying.
said that?
If that's how it started. That's
Don't do it.
idealistically,
No,
you know, idealistically,
ideally.
you know what I'm saying?
Here's an ideal.
Okay, right there.
Scenario.
That's an imaginary fantasy world part right there. That's why you say realistically, you know what I'm saying? It's impossible to have an answer to this question because every household is fucking different and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's what
This
I'm
is my
saying.
family right here, you know shit. But that bitch over there, that wife, I don't trust that motherfucker
I hate
because of this and
That's
this
what
and
you
this
like.
and this and shit.
It
So
could
my
be
kids
whatever.
is gonna come before you. You know what I'm saying?
So in the beginning,
And or another way around and shit, you know what I'm saying? Somebody may look like my mama, you know what I'm saying, is coming before this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Because this bitch, you know what I'm saying, it's a sneak.
Because it's a totally different
you know what I'm saying?
scenario.
And,
Yeah,
and,
shouldn't
and,
have
you know,
kids with it, though. That's
everybody's
like the thing.
situation, look,
No.
Whoever you have kids with, that's not who you are for the rest of your life.
But look at
You know
this.
what I'm saying? Like this right here. Like, would it shock you if Michelle Obama started cheating on Obama? Would it be?
Yeah, it
I
would,
mean, if it
but-
eventually happens and shit, you know what I'm saying? Just because that's how you had kids with a person, that don't mean that person is still gonna have the same mindset. They gone. They done abandoned you. You know what I'm saying? They done beat your ass and shit. They done stole from you and shit. You know what I'm saying? They done fucked in your bed while you at work. And that's realistic. Because if you knock on everybody's house and ask why your family ain't put together, that's the story they gonna tell you. They gonna tell you one of those fucked up ass stories and shit.
It's over and they won't
Yeah,
leave
so
you.
idealistically, you know what I'm saying? Like, where do you gotta find that in a book or a movie or something? Like,
And that's
very
why I
rare.
said-
It's
that's
very
why I
rare
said-
to see that in real life.
That was my point. Is like
right now.
how I see it in two different ways, because I had kids early and I had kids, later.
That ain't got nothing to do with it.
It does have a lot to do with it because my mentality was different both times in my life. Matter of fact,
Or you could be like, fuck these kids. You know what I'm saying? My wife comes first, then it's my mama. Because you motherfucking kid, you doing this, you doing that, you got the
That's what I want to say. That's what I want to say now.
Yeah, it's some kids that you wouldn't put in your will as a
God damn it.
beneficiary. Like, no, these are irresponsible.
But you
motherfuckers.
didn't know that until
And you raised them though.
you didn't
so-
know that.
No,
until
everybody
they-
got different
I'm just saying that
I don't care
in
who
my
you raise
personal-
all in the household. I don't care how many kids you raise in the same household with the same set of rules and shit. When they become adults, you be like, that is not how the fuck I raised your ass. We all do.
No, you're right.
They got their own personality. You know what I'm saying? They got
I
their
ain't
own.
leaving them shit anyway. Like, they better get their shit up, because if somebody need a push, they
They don't
get
push. It's life experience and how you
Yeah.
take it. I can go through some shit that's just so
If
it
you got
breaks
a
me
house
down.
and-
You can go through the same shit and step right the fuck up over it and shit. Like, we just
Right.
went through the same shit, but except, you know what I'm saying? You had to go this way, I had to go this way and shit. Yeah, you fucked up because you couldn't handle the shit. You can't follow certain motherfuckers and shit. Stay in your own, and
Right.
we teach our kids to stay in a certain lane, which it's so exciting to do something else. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't never about how you raise your kids. Your kids got everything that we done did and shit. We go and tell our mama,
They
no
got
mama,
it.
I went to school. Hi, you missed it. No, you getting your ass beat. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hide that shit from her. Then you become somebody brand new, somebody that your
I ain't
mama
never made them
didn't
do no
even
shit
raise.
like that, but I did what
Your
you
mama
said.
ain't say, punch that bitch as the teacher or the dude or whoever it is shit. You know what I'm saying? If they make you go, sit down, you punch her. She didn't tell you to do that, but you did it.
No.
And you thought about the consequences later. Oh shit,
I really, I ain't gonna
front.
front.
So-
I ain't gonna front. I was really
So y'all talking about when?
swinging to get
Oh,
away.
you
from
talking
it.
about when the relationship is dead in the water?
And that's
No,
why.
that's what I'm saying right here. It's a lot of people, like I said, you got windows that can't nobody see in. Everybody's house got windows that can't nobody
Right.
see in. You know, so yes, I'm gonna look so smiley, wally in public or whatever and shit. Like, yeah, that family stay popping and all that shit right there, but inside that fucking house, and
Yeah, so everybody after
I don't
after
know whose
the-
earring is that. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's
That's
going on in that house.
dysfunction. That's coming up.
And that's
with
everywhere.
but
so
what you say-
idealistically, where is this perfect family at?
But
That's
when
right.
you saying that,
After
when
having-
you saying that, me myself,
After being
with
50
you-
years old, you know what I'm saying? Like,
With you saying that is where I come in, and I say I understand what you're saying, and I can understand what Giddy's saying. I ain't necessarily 100% on where he at, but I know where you at 100% because I went through that shit where you go through it and then you be like, because the kid in that
So,
in those
I
type of
only had-
situations,
only had 3 girlfriends in my life. You know what I'm saying? I swear on this right
exactly.
here. I will put my girlfriend's mama before her. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna open up that front door for
That's
her
fucked
mama.
up.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like, this
Fucked
is
up.
your mama. You supposed to put her, in that
See, that's
situation.
a whole
You know how you
other
put your
conversation,
mama
man.
in the front seat because that's your mama. You know what I'm saying? You should have your woman treat my mama the same way I would treat my mama. You know what I'm saying? And that means this right here. You know, listen, all 3 of these girls right here, I have never
Bitch.
cursed in front of their mama.
Just
Because I don't
respect
cuss in
my
front of my
mama.
mama. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put your mama on the same level that I'm gonna put my mama, and you do mine exactly the same
Exactly,
way.
exactly.
So in hindsight,
Exactly.
the mama come before both of y'all
That's a toss.
in certain situations.
In situations.
Not if it comes for fine.
But I know I'll be like, you say something about my mama, bitch.
Yeah,
This
that's
shit
what
is
I-
over
that's
right
what I was
now.
saying.
If it's
If you say
I'm
something about my brother, bitch, I'm going over that motherfucker. I'm going in the back of the building right now.
That's how I was used to think. Like, shit, my mom, my kids, then you. You know what I'm saying? But Then
Because
as time
she's
went
supposed
on-
to put your mama before
As time went
herself.
on,
And vice
when my
versa.
mom got married, right? She came to the crib. They went to counseling. So before you get married, you go to counseling, right?
If you need it.
No, you go to counselor. You go to the pastor before y'all get married. So the pastor tell her, you know, you two come before everything else.
That's
You two. You come, she come before
Anything you can.
anything. Kids, anything. My mom told me, yeah, that's what the pastor told me. He come first. So, you know, as time went on, I thought about it, like, damn, I guess that would be right. Because they spending the rest of their life together.
You know what that pastor didn't say?
What?
360 degrees.
Okay.
360 degrees, the man, the woman, and the child. You know what I mean? And he was still raising kids too. All I'm saying is, it's a way this shit go, and when the pastor gets to speaking from it biblically, at the end of the day,
I don't know if he's speaking biblically.
no,
but
he's speaking biblically because this is what they think how it's supposed to go. Man, woman, and child. You know what I mean? When you put the man, the woman, when you married, you're supposed to put the wife first. You're supposed to put the man
There's a
first.
situation that, like in the 1900s, you know what I'm saying? Before the 1900s, if you get married, it's gonna be arranged. Rich, poor, I don't care who the fuck it is. Your parents is gonna pick out the person you're gonna marry.
Now,
Because they gonna look at it like this right here. You know what? That person got a good job. That person is this right here. That person, you know what I'm saying? They
That's
gonna take
true.
care of you. They was raised.
But those were
they speak with the
traits
ghost in the
from
eyes.
other
I'm gonna have
countries.
my wife. No, this is everywhere. And before that, everything was arranged. Being married out of love and having kids out of love didn't happen until after the 1900s. You know what I'm saying? Before that, everything is arranged. It's supposed to happen. Because you're going to pick the best out for your son, you're going to pick the best out for your daughter.
That is true.
And stuff worked out
But
better
with that
back
being said, that is the trait from European countries. Because the
That's
motherfuckers
why-
were
Asians
like me, and
also.
I don't like to say
Africans.
I don't know. I think Africa.
Yeah,
Africans do it too. But I'm
that was
saying,
global.
but were they lying? Like I said with the dogs, like me being a
That
dog
was
breeder,
global.
we're all bullies.
No,
What I'm saying is,
who's going to treat my person.
what I'm
the best.
is that because
You're
a
not
lot.
gonna have your
But
son
now one tribe,
marry a
they will
whore
find the
that's
best
fucking
one
everybody.
to
You're not
their
gonna marry.
tribe.
You gonna have you back
Oh, I
then.
hate how you talking over my dude right now when you don't want nobody talking over you. Let my man speak for 5 seconds. Go ahead. What you saying?
Did you just say that?
I did.
No. Let's go back
sitting over
to
here
it. My
quiet.
issue is this right here. Let's say you talking and you doing your thing right here, and then you say you'll say something, you repeat it over and over again. Now I know that's right, and I know that's right, and I know that, and I can't hear his story that he's saying. You could have thought I know that's right in your head. Just think it. You can think it, but you'll talk over it, and it's like I don't even know it, and then I'll lose consciousness, and then I'll just start looking away and shit. And
And
then
you see, I want you to keep on saying what you said because I have enough sense to hold off from those words until.
And that's when I'll chime in. You know what I'm saying? When I hear that little break, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll wait for that little
Boom, go on with it, Paul.
and then I'll do this. I don't think I can talk now what we was talking about.
But all I was saying is like in Europe and in other countries, you know, when it came to like the Africans, you know, like I make a joke about it because in dog breeding we call it line breeding, and that's when the Europeans would take family members or half of a family member and mate back to the family and shit like that, or it'd be a second cousin, third cousin, or some shit like that, and they would mate back with a motherfucker, and then they would create, then they go, oh, he was bred to be the king, she was bred to be whatever the fuck, and they would bring them together and they would marry, shit like that. That's why they mad at the black girl with Prince such and such, you know what I mean, the motherfucker from England, because the black girl wasn't bred to be his wife, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they married out of love.
Yes, as you spoke upon.
Yeah.
That came upon later.
So see, the ideal of it is to be like, you know, and it was mostly about your daughters, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because before women's lived, no woman was working.
Yeah,
They
they would
not
breed
working.
they
So
would
that
breed
means-
their daughters,
that
even
means-
if she's a dirty ass bitch.
No,
like
that's
a,
not-
like
that's
a
not-
family
that's
they even got it like that. They would not
it's
be.
not that.
Yeah.
It's completely different. This is what it is. If you got 2 daughters, right? These 2 daughters, since they can't work and supply for themselves, they gonna live with you for the rest of their life. Now you got some ugly ass daughters if they like 39 years old and nobody asked them to marry you. You know what I'm saying? Or you a stubborn ass motherfucker. That's what the holdup was. When somebody comes to marry your daughter, you're gonna know them because you're living in the same vicinity and shit. I'm gonna know you. I know you ain't shit. I know you gamble, so no, you will. That's why you had to go to the father to ask his hand. You know
But
what
they
I'm
would also marry them, like, or they would basically breed them to connect with other families, stronger families, just like in the old days.
You talking
No,
about
like just
royalty.
I'm not. No, I'm
You're
not.
talking
No,
about
I'm
royalty.
not. No, I
Royalty.
am not. No, I am not. Because that shit was practiced here, just like it was practiced. That's where they got the practice from.
But more dominantly, are you?
They
gonna
would
take
be
care of
no.
your
They
daughter
would. They
better
would
than
marry.
I
They
take
would
care of her?
marry.
What does breeding got to do with it? Because he got big shoulders, or he got what?
All that. Not only that, but at the
So
same.
you gonna
Listen,
have
what
your
I'm saying.
daughter
Not only
with
that.
with a Mike Tyson built. You know what I'm
No,
saying,
but they
woman-
would no.
but
Fuck
this person
that.
a woman beater.
Where they would be able
And
to
they don't
bring the
work.
families together.
Because he got muscles.
Money.
We talking about poor people. Poor people. The world did this. You talking about
But
money.
if you
But
if you got 2 broke
If you're a
motherfuckers that got their
sharecropper,
forms,
and this person is a sharecropper, and the whole village is sharecroppers, and all that right there, you know what I'm saying? Like, none of y'all have money. You know what I'm saying?
What's up?
So where you gonna get money from? And people who got money, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you're a rich person with kids and daughters, you're a middle class person, and I'm just dirt poor right here. You gonna want somebody that you gonna pair your
I'm
person.
fucking with a rich nigga.
No, that ain't it. You're not going to because
But
you
the bitch be
you
done
as
fuck
a
with her.
father need somebody to take care of your daughters the way you would. So your idea is already on somebody who has the same amount of wealth.
That's
you're
what I
not
just
gonna have
said.
a middle class person take care of your rich daughter.
No.
and you're not gonna have a poor person take care of your middle class daughter.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because
if you gonna have the motherfuckers
It
doing
won't
this
be
already,
equal.
that's what I was saying. Is that the way they did it overseas? That's what they did. They set it up, and that's what they was doing here too. So even in the days of the plantations and shit like that, the motherfuckers were mating. The motherfuckers were cousins and shit too.
You know, even like in the 40s, you know what I'm saying? If somebody come to you, I like to ask for your. This is when it was out of love. You know what I'm saying? You gonna tell a motherfucker, no, you're not good enough for my daughter. I know about you. You know what I'm saying? You gonna shut his
It's
ass down.
2022, nigga is not good enough for my daughter. But I just be like, alright, you know.
But you can't stop it.
To me, a motherfucker ain't good enough for my seed today. But at the same time, you can't fight that
Not
shit.
Soldier Boy.
Hell no.
What should you do if Soldier Boy wanted her? What would you be able to do? Oh no, she won't answer her phone.
I
You know
will
what I'm saying?
say,
They on a plane here, there, they
me and my
about
kids
you.
ain't like that, but you know, I would understand.
What was that one song? It was like 3 or 4 dudes, and they said their number on the telephone and their music. And my daughter's was B2K or
Soldier Boy did that.
B2K, and my daughter's was
Soldier Boy did that. I just
It was
seen you
very
on the
similar
thing. He was
though,
talking about it the
yeah,
other
and
day.
they listened to this damn song.
Man, that song sucked. But he did blow. He's got numbers off. He talked about the numbers he got off of the song because he had a deal or a contract. But you know, that goes without saying.
And then back then, the parents came before the kids. Especially in the little villages, because your ancestors. You have to respect the ancestors.
It's all. I guess you know. It goes back to what we come from, like how, because in certain countries, even if you think about certain countries, they got it where the man is fed first, and then whatever, and then whatever, and then it's almost like the kids get the scraps, which is fucked up. But in America, it's not the same. And as Giddy said, as a happily married man, or a happily married gigolo. So I'm just front. That's a front. Please don't take it to.
Cut that part out.
No, we ain't gotta cut that out. Let's slapstick. If a motherfucker takes some shit like that to heart, well, I guess some people can do. Go ahead and cut it off, Playboy.
No, it's fucking with you.
No, what I'm saying
Bro,
is,
the turtle was dragging his nuts on the ground, and what's the story?
he knows better than I
No,
do.
listen.
All I'm saying is like
you
it
fucking
ain't.
with some other shit you don't even know about right there, Paul. Leave that alone.
No, go ahead and say because I told my mama, you know.
And he said it wrong. You just said it completely
I did
wrong.
say it wrong.
So that's what I'm going to say. How did it go?
So if the
It's a
Say
frog
it
or a
then,
rabbit.
bro.
That was something. The tortoise.
oh, this nigga.
It's a frog, man.
What the frog do?
We said the frog.
Y'all gotta
shit.
watch last week.
Listen, man, we gonna get on it.
So, up on your mic,
So who comes first? The mom? Who comes first? The mom, the daughter, or the wife, the daughter,
It's
or
depending on what's going on in that household.
we about to end it right now. This is our end shit. This is
Let me hear your conclusion.
this is the conclusion right now because it just spent out of you know.
I think
so-
in America, you know what I'm saying, for us as Africans, in America, we have been, you know what I'm saying, forced into a lot of shit that ain't really beneficial to us, you know what I'm saying? I think that through slavery, again, you know, I think it's a direct correlation with what we're going through right now and some of the history that we've experienced. Through slavery, the woman was made the head of the family by default. She was allowed to keep the kids as long as the kids were kids, and the man could be sold off at any given second. Actually, they really didn't even want that bond between
They used to
us
sell them to break them up too and all that shit.
because that bond is empowering, which is something that we have always held close to, you know what I'm saying, throughout our years here in this country. The bond between family, you know what I'm saying? And in most families, it is a matriarchy, which means there's a woman at the head of most of our families.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, I'm simply saying, like now, right here in 2022, I don't know if I'm prescribing to European thought process at this point. Only thing I know is I then left my mom's house. And once I left, it wasn't no coming back to my mom's house. That don't mean that I love her or respect her any less. I begin at, now that I'm grown, I have my own house. And in that house, it required me to pick a woman. And then once I had this woman, we had kids. And everything trickles down from there. You know what I'm saying? So wherever you at with your shit, if you over there with Paul, like, you know what I'm saying, whatever floats, you know what I'm saying? Or if you like me, and I, you know what I'm saying, the shit as we speak seems to be working.
Or you like me, raw way. They got some of Paul shit and some of Giddy shit. Like that. How the fuck you gonna just
that
leave
wasn't
me
the
out?
first girl you ever met in your life, and it was just magic because you got the magic touch. No, it was failed episodes of the other person and this and this. You know what I'm saying? You had to be 40 or something when it finally happened. So it's not easy.
The first go, it's not easy because I didn't follow. I really didn't have any example, and I didn't follow any, you know what I'm saying, sort of guidelines. No one guided me through this shit. If I had been smart, I probably.
Nobody's guiding none of us through some of this
Although
shit.
I needed this shit, I needed my firstborn to begin getting my life.
Which also links us at the same times and junctures, life in the same,
So-
like going through life in the same eras of life, where you might, you know, this is what happens, and then in the second juncture, this is what happens, and then and all that
like,
shit. Like, it's just life.
If I knew then what I know now,
We
I
always
would've-
say that all day.
But this is what I'm saying. Again, back to the ideally versus realistic. Ideally, if I knew then, that would have been my first go around, and I would have stopped right there, and that would have been my family. I would have raised my family, and I would make sure that my kids had everything that they needed, and I would have played my position to a T. I played my position the best that I could based on my understanding at that point. So now I'm 50 years old. You know what I'm saying? Now I have a better
Are you
understanding, and I'm right there. I'm right there.
Almost
I ain't
right
all the
there.
way. I ain't all the way.
Are we having a party?
But I want to work on that. But
On
you know what I'm
his
saying? What I'm saying is, Paul saying I can't leave the house and shit. 'Cause I'm a happily married man.
I almost
Fuck
see
you,
it.
Paul.
I almost
In
see it.
any case, I'm just simply saying that
I took
you know, ideally, you should we should be choosing a woman that we're gonna spend the rest of our life with before we have kids with them. And then if you have
I
kids
do believe
with
that,
them, then
but we wasn't taught that shit.
we wasn't
We
taught
wasn't
that.
taught it. We were made to do that. We were created to multiply,
I agree.
but we
Or,
weren't.
you know what I'm saying? Maybe,
Because of the powers that be before our generations. Now, the generations before us, and I ain't talking about last 100 years, 200 years, 400 years ago, we knew that. You understand?
I'm looking at it from a black
Maybe we
perspective,
could've-
like,
And I'm not, and I'm, all I'm,
Hispanics, they
but Giddy
going
just
through
took
this.
it there on that perspective. I'm not even looking at that like I was
So
not.
you don't see this right here now. Fuck you, Carlos. You don't say like they.
What I'm saying is, what I'm looking at
And
is,
his mama comes.
what I'm only shit I'm looking at is what you said, how you said, and I'm looking at what he said. That I was like, you know, because me, I have a fucked up perspective on all of it. When it comes to me and my first 2 kids, and then I got kids later. When me and my first, you know, the numbers can be whatever, 100 kids. But all I'm saying is, I don't look at it like Giddy look at that shit one way, and I don't know if Giddy
If
not
you get
being
married,
100 or not. I don't, you know what I mean? And I'm saying I understand where
Even
Paul
when
work
you
at.
married,
Because I've been a
that
father.
ring on your
You know what
finger,
I've been?
it ain't
You know what
bliss.
I've been before all of you
It ain't
motherfuckers? I've been a dad before all of you motherfuckers.
if you get married,
So when I say fuck the married shit and all that,
But what
I've
about the
been
people?
no, hold on. I've been a dad before all of y'all motherfuckers.
Are you getting married though? Are you ever gonna be married? You
Who
think?
knows? Who when I decide to make that move happen,
So
I haven't
listen.
been there yet.
So
And
listen.
I haven't been there yet. And when I do it,
in your married
when
family.
I
how
do
would be?
it, when I get married, it's gonna be me being married without
listen,
doubt.
But how would it be?
I can't say I would be.
That's
I ain't
how
have it yet.
realistically, and your idea of it, and then you try to make it true when you get closer to it.
I have no idea of
You
this
don't
shit.
get married and be like, I didn't sign up. I didn't know this was going to happen. You know, so you gotta have
On the
some
note
idea.
already, my shit is awesome. My life is fucking awesome.
when you get
So
married,
I'm saying like that. I can't look at when I get married. 'cause
Whatever
I'm
you
not-
gotta say.
When that happened, then
No
it would
comment.
happen.
That means you gotta say no comment.
okay.
Because I had kids early and I got kids later on in life. So it's 2 different
What does that, I don't
situations.
understand. I don't understand.
It's
that.
2 different situations.
You
Like
got kids early, and you might.
I
not
had
see
a
that
kid
all
when
life.
I was a teen.
What they
and I
got to do with who
because
comes
the-
first? I don't get it.
As far as what?
Who comes first?
Are you in a relationship
Who
now?
goes first?
Yes.
For how
Who
long?
goes first?
You know how long.
Who comes first?
Basically,
in
that's
the
a marriage.
relationship?
In the beginning,
That's a marriage.
with all the other shit, a bitch.
In your
get mad.
relationship right now,
It's a marriage.
who comes
And
first?
Paul, you was all realistic.
Don't do that.
Who comes
Don't
first?
do that.
Before, that's what
That's
you
confidential.
said.
It's in his book right here, and I can't.
Why are
I
you
can't.
doing it?
I
You
can't-
know who come
I
first.
said,
You know who come first.
You know,
You
comment
know.
and shot.
Shut the no. You know who come first.
If and when I get married,
Okay.
You know who
I'll come
freaking come
first.
first. Cause I definitely come first,
You
but that's
go
without
before your
saying.
mom. You go before
then
your
my
mom.
wife, then my kids.
You know what? You want me to tell you something about my
Then
mom,
your mom.
Paul Clark?
Then my mom.
My mom raises just like her. My mom raises to where we are sufficient.
I always
Like
go
so,
last.
when you be like, when the other motherfucker be
I
like,
put
they
myself
mom
dead
or
last.
something like that, it ain't the
Ain't
same.
no little girl?
Because
Yeah.
her mom raises like her,
Yeah.
like so motherfucker be able to take care of their own business.
If I have a family, you know what I'm saying?
Can't put yourself
I'm
out.
last. You know, I make sure everybody is good because psychologically I'm already great.
I'm
you know what
always-
saying? I'm
yeah, I
already
definitely
putting-
do that.
You know, I'm always like.
I was just gonna come in here and talk to y'all. I was like, man, I need me some new shoes because
Only had 3 girlfriends, and you can interview all 3 of them, and they'll all say, yeah, he went last. He
Yeah.
made sure weed was great
like he used to jerk off and just,
Who is,
just go
so
on
you
about
put the
her
girl
business.
first.
before me. My kids was
kids.
coming first.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? My kids came before, you know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
how can the kids come first when a woman came first? You can't have kids unless it's a mixed
because
family.
their desire,
You know what
their
I'm
desire
saying?
is the same. If you ask a woman and put her in here right now, she's gonna say, "I put my kids first." You know what I'm saying? So
is.
if she's putting
That's
her
the
kids
right thing
first,
for her to
you
think
know what
she
I'm
should
saying?
say.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why another aspect of it, and I just thought of it. You got to look around at all stories and shit. Well, if my woman is putting my baby first, she got my baby's back. my baby don't really need me because my baby got my baby's
I don't
back.
look at it
Now
like
I'm
that.
gonna take care of my woman.
I'm-
and
I
my woman
mean,
gonna take care of my daughter
Because of
my
how I
kids right
had
here.
my kids
Like,
first,
more
early
than I would.
first.
So your woman comes first, and the
To
kids
you.
come.
The way I had my
No, because she's putting them
the
first.
way I had my first two daughters first.
No, not where we talking about where you going with your shit. Not where she going.
No, I gave you
Where
two
you
scenarios.
going?
My scenario was
I'm talking about as a man.
my scenario
who
was
comes
this right
first?
there. I'm gonna be putting my children first. You know what I'm saying? So then my
That's
woman,
where I'm at. That's how I feel.
idealistic woman, you know what I'm saying? If you ask any woman in America who comes first, you or the kids, they're gonna be like, my kids come first. So I'm already knowing she put her kids
That's
first.
how I
So what if
feel.
it's both of us putting the kids first right here? That means math. That means everything is about them. You know, you don't
But
want
what
to be
about
at all
the
the
kids?
football
What you gonna do with
practices.
your chick
You-
when,
you
when
that
the
boy-
kids done grown up and
Lil
went
Juan.
about their fucking business?
Lil Juan, how many Lil man, how many football games have you watched though? You know what I'm saying? It's football practices and all that. You don't
What
want
do
to
you
be
do
there.
when the kids are grown? They start their own
It is
family.
Saturday.
Now you done put them first.
You know what I mean?
Before your woman. You know what I'm saying?
She's doing the same thing, putting them first. You know how many?
Right. So then what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna constantly be in their fucking business. Talking
No,
about,
that's not-
Don't
that's
do
not what
that.
it is.
They don't like to eat that. Don't go over there.
No, that's not it. That's not it. Like even at barbecues, when people was barbecuing and all that shit, what happened? Kids eat first. Don't the fucking kids eat first? Don't nobody line up and say all the men eat first. They don't do that. All the women.
They used to
is
do that,
kids.
though. That's
No,
the
even
thing.
now.
The
You
motherfuckers
giving out
used to do that.
The quickest thing on a barbecue grill is the motherfucking hot dogs, and y'all know it. That's what the fuck they getting filled.
But all my
for.
kids, all the
These
kids
brats and
around-
hoes. The steaks is on
Yeah.
last and shit. We eating later. You know what I'm saying? The kids is
Niggas
going
is getting
first.
drunk.
You doing it psychologically all the time, and it's both of y'all putting the kids.
But I
first.
think, you know, with this point, I think it's like because there's so many different ways that we look at parenting and life when you're dealing with, like, say he has a wife, we don't have wives. We've been in fiance situations where, you know, all many.
So hey, listen.
Still in
This
the house with a woman.
this is a great point for people to be commenting and you know what I'm saying, like helping us out with this shit.
No doubt.
We ain't got no women around here.
No doubt.
We speaking on behalf of women. You know what I'm saying? Like comment and tell us where we wrong or where we right on this shit.
If
like,
you
let's
was in
weigh
an
this shit out.
ocean, and then you got your 3-month-old daughter and your grown wife right here, right? You can only save one. Who would you save? I gotta go with the 3-month-old or the 3-year-old because you're lighter. If I carry you, we both gonna drown. And this is off a true story right here. It was a model, and she
I was about to say
and
the
that
same shit.
typhoon or whatever, wouldn't that swallow everybody up right there? She said she had to let her youngest one go. You know what I'm saying? That's the one she had to let, because he's on her head and he's scared and he in the water like this, and he's pushing her down. You are drowning me. You know what I'm saying? So she had to let him. You gotta go. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go. And they found them later on and shit. But you know what I'm saying? This one is like 11 and this one is 7. They strong enough to come. But if I carry you and you drown me, you know what I'm saying? You gonna end up drowning all of us. They ain't got no direction to that. It means you save your kids first. Your kids is going. Your
It has
kids
something
is
to do
first.
with it. It's
That
not
wasn't there.
you like what people fail to realize when you trying to make a point. You might have to go around the corner to get back to the point. But that's what I'm saying is like, because I understand where you was at. You got to do what you got to do. Like that's another scenario on who comes first. It's not. It don't have to be like
stronger than
that.
them.
So when you looking at who comes first, you do what's best for the moment or what's best for the situation, the relationship, the whatever the fuck may be. But you know, we all have been in situations where you ain't had to question, because if you in a situation where you don't question or you actually sure of your thoughts or sure of your conclusion.
We in this house. It's me and you. If I can't handle shit, I gotta depend on you to handle this shit.
True.
If you can't handle this shit, ain't nobody after us going to get what the fuck they need. So I'm gonna do my part. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm the first fucking line of defense in all of this shit. I'm gonna make sure shit get paid. I'm gonna make sure, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking care. I'm gonna make sure shit protected. I'm gonna do all my shit. I'm gonna do what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. And then what I need after that, you know what I'm saying? It's about our bond, our relationship. In order to have a successful household, it depends on the man and the woman. Your mom can't come in, and if she come in, it's gonna be here sporadically. She gonna come and go.
No, your mom will come and fuck shit up because she gonna want it to be her house.
Not necessarily.
Everybody not the same. Everybody is not the same.
Let me finish up. Now, me and my woman done work to raise these kids. Hopefully, we put in them everything they need to succeed in society and in the world. They go off, they start their own families, they do whatever. Now that leaves me and my woman to continue on until we fucking old and gray. You know what I'm saying? You can't put all your fucking eggs in the kids' basket because eventually, if you do the job right, they gonna fucking go on about their own fucking business.
My point is this right here. You keep saying idealistically. You keep taking out the part where when you go to work and then your wife you go to work and there's a spurt in time in there when y'all need a babysitter because either one of y'all is there. That's when the mom comes in. Look at all the people who need that mom for the babysitter, or your wife who cannot cook. So that's why the mom comes over sometimes like, you got my son. Come on, I got you right here together and all this right here. Like there's a bunch of not you as a personal. I'm just using you as a
No, I understand what you're saying.
But there's a lot of reasons why people's parents, you know what I'm saying, are in there. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why. You know what I'm saying? Your dad comes
That's
over
why the village
because
is saying take a village to raise a family.
He got the power monologue that
in
sit
the
on.
village ain't got nothing to do with your house. Your house is your house.
Nah, well, your mama usually might, you know, you see motherfuckers buying houses on TV, they be doing that $1 million listings and shit like that. Them motherfuckers be listening for mother-in-law suites and all that shit too.
You saying like the grandmothers isn't going the grandparents ain't gonna be coming over all the time and shit. Them they grandbabies, they all coming up with gifts and all, they always gonna be in the house.
The biggest perk about being a grandparent is spoiling and loving the shit out them kids and sending them on about their
Kids need their ass with.
I'm just saying, like the greatest part about that is
it is, and then they go on about their damn business. They go home.
You understand? And then you left in your house.
But when you do everything you can to put them kids first, and she's doing everything, y'all both equally get the benefit because the kids don't need nothing at all. So that's in
begins with me
mindset in the back.
and my woman. It all begins with us. If we don't got an understanding, we can't get our shit together where we are on the same page and on the same level.
Look at that.
This shit is going to fucking, this is
I'm
going to
so
fucking
happy
fall
to see
apart.
this.
So who go first again? So you saying she go first, and then you saying she go first.
Who?
You.
What I'm saying is
GP first and then UP second.
No, what I'm saying is it requires us to be on the same page, on the same level.
So who's going
seeing
first?
eye to eye. So me and my woman.
At the same time.
And me and my woman. And then once we, you know what I'm saying, once we have an understanding and build
because in a regular relationship, you may be smarter than your woman. So now she has to rely on you or vice versa. There's a lot of women out there that's strong, but you got a weaker dude. You know what I'm saying? You got to try to edge him. You got to have to, hey, this is his third job. And you know what I'm saying? Come on now, don't fuck this job up now.
That's
you know what I'm
dysfunctional shit. You keep talking about dysfunctional
shit. Happens.
Ain't no talking about
listen,
like
right?
shit.
Watch this right here. In 2008, you know what I'm saying? You had the economy was fucked. You had you know, everybody was by the factories and everything. Everybody was losing their jobs left and right, left and right, left and right. You know what I'm saying? Idealistically, is that idealistically relationship you talk or marriage that you're talking about? Can it survive that? We all on the same thing. How can you be on the same thing? You don't know when you're gonna be fired. So you know what I'm saying? So my point is this right here. We talking about having a job and you know they lay this person up, then they having another job. Like you know what I'm saying? That you're the stronger one, woman. So that means that you know what I'm saying. And if you can't, you have somebody thinking that they're above the other one. You know what I'm saying? You got.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, you and yours is not equal. Somebody is stronger in something. Somebody is more demanding.
Conversation you have with her.
And this what I'm saying.
No, man, my conversation is the action.
Pimp is always stronger than the conversation with the hoe.
You gonna communicate communicate. Look, baby, this is what's going on. This is what I need from you. This is what we need to do. This is how I need to
That
go.
If it was that simple,
It's not-
the whole planet would be doing it. If it was that simple,
shit don't
It's
go like
people
that.
doing
but
it.
people are not even like equal.
There's people.
Yeah,
doing
there's
it.
people doing it after they've done tried it 55,000 times.
I'm just
You know what I'm
saying,
saying? Like,
it's
Feel the
okay,
right way after everything's said and done.
You
You know
can
what I'm
figure it
saying?
out.
after
Yeah.
you became like, okay, right here, you said, after, okay, I'm gonna use myself right here. Oh yeah, after, okay, the first people I had, yeah, after I done cheated on them 15,000 times. Then over here, right here, yeah, after I done, I done stomped her out, right? And then over here, I was stealing from her, right? Now I'm old and I've been there and done that. Now I can't say,
Dysfunctional
now I
shit.
got the
You
shit.
keep
You know what
talking
I'm
about
saying?
dysfunctional ass shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You went through a whole bunch of dysfunctional shit before you get to say
But
my
even
idealistic
if
was
you
right
were,
here.
if you were,
So if it was
you
that
were
simple,
raised in a
you would've did it
functional
already.
situation, I was raised in a dysfunctional situation,
And that's what-
under dysfunctional circumstances. But once, even you seen with your own eyes me attempt to do that in my first scenario. Now, you know what I'm saying? As we speak, I got a successful process going on. You understand? And it involves me putting my wife first, my kids second, then everybody else, my mom third, then everybody else after that. This is the only way this shit is going to work.
In mine,
Can we clap for that?
In mine, I do it like I just said at the beginning. I do mine last.
But
I
you don't
am
got no
dead
woman.
last because I'm saying even when I had my family, you know what I'm saying? I'm last. You know what I'm saying? I'm always last because I got
This
me.
is not
So
what
I
we're
make
talking
sure
about. We're
everybody
talking
else
about
is
who
good.
come first. The wife,
The kids.
the kids, the mother,
And he said he put himself first, last after
So he
everybody
said he
else.
put the kids first.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the
And
woman
being in the
second.
situation he was in,
Okay,
it maybe
and
when
my
you in
first-
certain
what about-
situations,
And
and
my
that's,
whole thing is this right
but that's the
there.
point
If
I
you
was
ask
making in my
every-
situation.
If you ask every woman, you know what I'm saying, who
I understand.
goes first, they're always going to say, my kids go first. They're going to put their kids first all the time, right?
We gonna see. They gonna
Comment,
But then, like I
however,
was
because
saying-
like I said, I understand Paul Court
And
and
then
I
you gotta do
understand
the
what he said.
realistic part.
I understand Paul
Realistically,
Court by
if
having
you
a
go-
young
If
kid.
you go in everybody's homes, realistically, everybody's situation is not the same. This chick can't cook and she's bad with the kids and all this stuff. And then now you as a dude, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be the, hey, didn't I say go to bed? Then
Both
you
my baby
not
mamas
that
can
one right
cook.
there. You know what I'm saying? So you're not
But
on
what
the
I'm
same
saying
page.
is,
One person
I
has more power over
understand.
their kids than the
I
other.
understand.
So you're not on the same page of that. So one person got to be
Should've
more
chose
dominant.
her.
You know, what I'm saying? How can you not? How can you know unless you have kids? How do you know what type of parent your
This is what I'm
kids
saying.
are?
Like
You know what
you
type of
shouldn't be
person it is.
dealing with certain people if you.
Hey, that's
if you
now
was-
that right there,
impossible to
right
find
there.
out.
That's you maybe going through a moment of whatever.
Then you even
And
communicate in the
you
beginning when
saying,
you fuck with a bitch.
If that's the case, then
This is my thought
you
process.
the
This
the
is
first
what I
person
mean.
we ever slept with because you should have known everything. Nobody knows
Yeah,
nothing.
that ain't right.
That's right.
That's
You
great
need
judgment.
to communicate in the beginning. What do you believe
Before
in?
kids are
How
brought
do you
into
believe?
this shit.
What
We
do
talking
you
about
believe?
realistic.
That's
Some people
realistic.
build-
You
you
gotta
build
figure.
on
You gotta
levels.
So you
figure
planned all your
motherfucker
babies?
out.
You planned all your babies?
I'm saying,
I did
listen.
not. It was I'm pregnant.
That's a little bit.
That's,
So
you
That's a
have
little.
to communicate. You
That's
have
a little
to
bit too
No,
much
that's-
communicate.
judgmental
this is-
You have to
judgment going on
communicate,
here.
That's the
bro. We
realistic
did it the
fucking-
wrong way,
Yeah,
bro.
that's
For
the
real, for
realistic
real.
wrong-
We did it the wrong
But
way.
we're talking to
wrong
people
way.
that's out
We
there.
did it
You know what I'm
not.
saying? This is to the realistic type of world right there. This is what
I'm
we're talking
just
to.
saying,
So
bro.
you're giving advice to somebody that's in a situation like, well, I'm married and shit. You know what I'm saying? But this bitch, all of a sudden, now she done turned like 38 or something. She having midlife crisis. She won't stay out the fucking clubs. You know what I mean?
Word.
How can I deal with this? And now something out of
I'm saying.
nowhere that I could not predict. How can that happen? Well, how am I
Listen,
to prepare for this?
You don't know
Bro.
what's gonna happen on some shit like
Our
that.
shit
from
was
a
great until that
day-to-day
casino
situation.
opened. Now this nigga's all the way on the casino and shit. And all the money is fucked up and shit. And our mortgage is backed up and shit. Like, you don't know what the future is going to
Hey, you
hold.
don't,
People
but-
change. Or she won't
Ain't no
stop
but.
doing
Going
it.
like
into a
that.
relationship, baby, you come first. Kids come second.
You talking to a
Everything
bitch
else
telling them
right.
if they not married to somebody, who
Bro,
doing
bro,
that?
that's normal shit, bro.
Nigga, you
That's
ain't-
supposed to be normal. You ain't
But it's
supposed to
not
go.
happening.
Listen,
You ain't
listen,
never been.
listen, listen.
You ain't never been
You're not
shown that
supposed to
shit.
listen.
You cannot do it. You cannot
Yes,
practice
you
that.
can practice it.
You
If
cannot
you
practice
figure
that. You
it-
ain't never been shown.
If you figure, nigga, that's the same thing as saying you can't paint a car if you never been shown. You done looked in the books and been
Yeah, but
shown.
I'm not. But a
listen,
motherfucker.
listen, bro.
That's not the same.
You done went into relationships the wrong way. Period, bro. Come
Yeah,
on,
but
just
you-
keep it.
I ain't
keep
had
it
that
100.
many relationships. I had a
I don't care how
couple.
I only
many you
had
had. I don't
3
care how many.
girlfriends in my
Listen,
life.
You went into the
And every
relationship
bit
wrong.
that shit ain't
You just
today
said you had a
because-
baby. Y'all didn't plan it. You know you're supposed to plan it. You know you're supposed to plan it. Tell the truth.
No, we was together for like 12 years.
You knew
We
you
had-
were supposed
we
to
had
plan it
children out
still.
there.
You
We know we supposed to
like,
plan
look,
it,
baby,
but what the
let's have a
fuck?
baby. You know you're supposed to plan it, right?
Who said let's have a baby?
I know
Listen,
we
look,
not.
it's
We
fine.
didn't say it. I know we didn't say it, but that's the right way
See,
to
you
do
I
it.
gotta get out of here because he
Realistically,
didn't trust
That's
the
We're
right.
stuck in the idealistic world. We're talking about the realistic world.
Bro.
You can tell us all day long because, like this right here, like I said right here,
Dysfunction is
people meet each other.
realistic to you.
People meet each other like this. This is how it
Dysfunction
happens
is
right
for
here.
all of
You
us.
meet somebody, they give you their interpretation of who they are, and so they become this person. And like 3 months later, you done fell in love with them. All of a sudden, like 2 more months later, they start
that's wrong.
changing. They start
That's
changing.
That's
They
all
start
right.
changing, and it's like, who the fuck is this
a year.
person?
You shouldn't be doing that shit.
Yeah, exactly,
until
bro.
You shouldn't be.
You should be very
That's
well versed
old
in
people.
whoever
So
you're
I'm just
dealing
gonna,
with.
what I do know is
That is not.
we don't agree. To
That's
that
not how
shit.
you teach. You
We
can teach.
so
That
agree.
idealistic is not a way to teach
Huh?
because
I
if
mean,
the
but that's the
reality is
thing,
doing the
'cause that
complete
keeps the
opposite, you
door
gotta
open
teach
for
them to what
rebuttal.
you're doing right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is what you should be doing right now. If this, that's how we do the condoms and all that stuff right there. You know what I'm saying? Like when
Listen.
people come to the shop and it's like, hold on, boy, you 17 with kids? When your baby do? Right now, you should be stock loading on Pampers. Get everything now. Don't wait to the last minute. I'm gonna tell you what to
Niggas
do
ain't
while
listening to
you
that.
in this situation.
But I'm
not
gonna
gonna
step
tell
in
you,
and I'm gonna
you
say
should
this.
have. Well, you should have.
I'ma say this right now. I'ma say this.
You know what I'm saying? But you don't. Who
You
does
should've
it?
got
But I'm gonna step in and say this right now. I'm gonna step in and end it.
Bro, you can't tell
I'm
me.
gonna step in and end it. I'm gonna step in and end it, y'all.
I was out there
I'm
fucking,
stepping
bro.
in and ending
That's
that.
some goofy shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
That
If you gonna put up a
happens.
sign-
Yeah, that happens.
And that's
But
the majority
I went
of
about
the-
it wrong.
that's the
I went about it
majority
wrong.
of
Fuck
the
all
States.
that. Fuck all
You
that.
screaming in the mic, bro.
Yeah, there
I'm
is.
screaming in the mic because y'all won't shut the fuck up.
No.
I'm in here saying we're gonna end it on a note. We ain't gonna agree to disagree because you can argue. Oh, I just want to give a big shout out to my team: Paul Clark, Shot Giddy, Playboy the Hustler, and we appreciate y'all checking us out.
Man, come on,
Like,
comment
share,
on
and
this shit,
subscribe,
man. Come on.
comment.
Like, share,
And
subscribe.
let us know
Follow
because
on that,
we'll bring you in and let you be known.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
come
saying?
on,
So,
let's do some shit.
holler at us later. It's the Raw Way Show. And I'm your host, Raw Way. And this is my guy, Shot Giddy. And that's my boy, Paul Clark.
Alright,
We got
alright,
Playboy
alright.
behind the camera, behind the scenes, make a thing happen because he do it so mean.